Coming up, we talk about the all-new roller coaster Falcon's Flight at Six Flags Qiddya City in Saudi Arabia. And we bid 2025 a farewell as we discuss what we are looking forward to in 2026. All that coming up this week on the Theme Park Land podcast.
We're back. I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah.
We're all back. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Theme Park Land podcast. I'm your host, Matt Dobrovolsky, and joined by my lovely and talented co-host, Matt Rogers.
Guys, I am ecstatic right now. So, let's just jump right into the news.
Jeez, okay. Well,
I have to talk about it.
Well, I kind of had an announcement that I wanted to bring up that I didn't even talk to you about yet.
Okay, announce.
So, I've been toying around with some ideas. First off, hope you guys are all having a wonderful end to 2025, or if you're listening to this in 2026, hope your New Year is getting off to a good start. We are obviously recording this on New Year's Eve, and so hopefully you're having a great 2026 if you're already listening to this next year. But I've been toying around with some ideas.
I'm making intense eye contact right now.
Yes, and I'm making intense eye contact with you as I announce that I have thought long and hard about it, and I think we're due for a new name for the podcast.
Thank God.
Oh my God.
I've been pushing for this for a while.
So,
what you got?
With that being said, this will be the final episode of the Theme Park Land podcast. And starting into the new year, yes, we will be renaming the show Cue the Mats.
Yes, everyone, this is going to be a great change.
I've been getting a lot of people saying, first off, we didn't come up with this name. My wife's and your wife's nail artist actually came up with the name for it. So we do have to give her credit for coming up with the name. And I basically said, if we're going to usually have the two of us on here, or if anything, just one of us, it's always going to be the Mats. And we are talking about theme parks still by saying Q-U-E-U-E. Yeah, Q-U-E-U-E. Yes. There's a lot of...
Just another step on our journey of discovery. I haven't been around in a minute. Got a new job, so trying to balance that work-life thing. But everyone, I hope you look forward to this potential new brand, and we'll just see where it takes us. This is an ongoing journey.
Yeah.
And if you're joining us, we thank you.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting little change there. I thought that would be a nice little thing to start 2026 off with the show. And we look forward to having you guys come along with us as we venture into 2026. But before we talk about 2026, as my co-host is literally not containing himself with the excitement, because I'm going to let him talk about this because he knows everything about it. Six Flags in Saudi Arabia, Qiddya City, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Qiddya City, has just unveiled...
I mean, we're white, probably not.
Yeah, definitely probably not pronouncing it right. They have just unveiled... What is it? Is
Hold
this
on.
like the world's largest roller coaster? Okay.
So if you all know anything about the industry, there's this company called Intamin. They make wild roller coasters. What roller coasters am I talking about? Cheetah Hunt Busch Gardens, Velocicoaster, Hagrid's. and they're also currently doing the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Ride in Hollywood.
Why do I keep thinking that's Vekoma?
It's Intamin. And what else? They've done, Top Thrill Dragster back in 2003. That was the famous 420-foot tall roller coaster, 120 miles an hour. Even King Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure. That was Intamin.
Oh, didn't realize that was Intamin.
So they've done it again. They have built this roller coaster in this park in Saudi Arabia. It's kind of surrounding the park. Half the park is a 600-foot cliff. Okay. And what they've done is they've built a roller coaster with not one, not two, but 3 launches. Okay. With a top speed of like 150 miles an hour. I'm not even exaggerating.
I think that's probably a record.
Oh, it is. It is. This is hands down a record. And
because, King Ka was the fastest, and that was like 128. Yeah.
King Ka was 128, but actually Ring Racer in Germany was the fastest for a while.
What was that?
I think it was like 130.
Oh, okay.
But it had operational issues, and it operated for days. And then was promptly torn down years later. But
let's hope this isn't the same
But this
case.
roller coaster in Saudi Arabia has a 650-foot airtime hill and a 600-foot drop off the cliff. It's nuts. It's called Falcon's Flight. Absolutely nuts. It's mental what they've done, what they've built. The track is over 2.5 miles long. So just think about the speed.
So it must be the longest.
It is the longest roller coaster.
Yeah.
We're talking tallest, fastest, longest roller coaster ever built. It's not even close to anything. There's windshields on the ride vehicles. It's nuts.
So okay, yeah, because I was watching the video earlier, and I guess that makes sense because I saw that the windshield that we're referring to, and I was like, is that just because they just started opening? Is this just
No, you need the windshield.
No, you need it because of how fast you are going.
The previous,
because having ridden King Ka, that would have been nice to have when you're going 120 miles per hour.
Oh yeah. Now, one of the previous record holders was Formula Rossa at Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
That was a launched roller coaster. Didn't have the height on it, though. It was just about speed.
Mm-hmm.
But this ride is nuts. It's probably going to be played with lots of downtime, as big, crazy, new Intamin rides are.
Yeah, because, can you imagine that, something goes wrong with the track system that you have to go investigate all the way at the top of the 600-foot hill?
It's not even that is probably going to be the issue, because it's all linear synchronous motors. So it's all minimal maintenance on the track. The biggest thing is going to be the ride vehicles, and in particular the wheel bearings. Because this has been a thing on Intamins before, where on their really fast, really intense, high G-force rides, they have to constantly change wheels out on these vehicles.
That's crazy.
That's probably going to be the thing. I remember when Intimidator 305 opened at King's Dominion in Virginia. That is 300 feet tall, and it goes about 90 miles an hour. And it was just very fast all throughout that ride. In its first year, they had the polyurethane on the wheels was peeling off. They had to change wheels every other day on both trains. The wheel bearings were overheating to the point where in the station they actually put spray nozzles in to cool them down every time the train came back into the station. So I can only imagine.
I think they have those at Slinky as well, Slinky Dog Dash, because they have at their at the holding area right there by where Weezy is. For the longest time, I don't know if they still have to have it. You could hear this misting that was coming out, and that was just cooling the brakes and the actuators, whatever.
That is cooling the LSMs on the ride.
Okay.
So not the wheels themselves. That's just because you have to cool the linear synchronous motors down.
Gotcha.
Usually they're air cooled.
Yeah, I remember riding that the first time and just hearing that.
I
weird
think
sound. That was
Slinkies
just like,
might be actually liquid cooled, because I think Disney might have, and this is what I suspect, this is not what I know, Disney might have just fed off the chilled air system in the park. Or
I mean, it's possible.
the chilled water system in the park that is for
especially
the air
since
conditioning.
that's just not too far away from Toy Story Land.
Yeah, a lot of parks will do air cooling on those because they might not have a centralized chilled water supply for their air conditioning, whereas Hollywood Studios does.
Right. So let me ask you, what do we think the capacity could be like for this roller coaster? Do we think it's going to be...
I didn't run the numbers. It's...
How many seats into the train?
The trains are small. They seat 14 each. It looks like about a minute between block zones, but it's not going to have high capacity, but this is not in a part of the world that has a lot of tourism.
But I mean, if it's true what the Saudi Arabians want, is they want to try and boost their tourism, especially with Disneyland Abu Dhabi coming. Because how far is this from Abu Dhabi? I don't think it's that far, right?
Next door neighbor to
Yeah.
Arab Emirates, I believe.
Yeah.
So like 1,000 miles.
So
maybe. It's the next country over.
Okay. So I mean, it's not going to be something that you could visit.
You'd have to fly to
in
it.
the same vacation if you wanted to. Okay. Well, I mean, will I ever get out there to ride this thing? Probably not. I don't know.
No, I probably won't, but it's still Velocicoaster is number one in my heart.
Velocicoaster would be your number one roller coaster.
I love Velocicoaster.
Okay.
It's amazing.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It is a very good roller coaster. I don't know.
It's
I
my
think
favorite ride.
My roller coaster is still Guardians. Cosmic Rewind.
But yeah, no, that's the news that we have is this ride just opened. And the opening ceremony. I don't know if you saw the opening ceremony. They had, because on the launch sections of the track, there's catwalks, right? So for the opening inaugural run of this ride, they had hundreds of fireworks all along the ride track as the train was going down. They had fireworks shooting off right next to it. Jeez. Like, I'll show you the video. It's nuts. And just so you guys know, the weather here in Florida is really dry. We're having a winter right now, so we are suffering with like dry throats.
Yeah,
and,
literally,
like coughing. We're trying to not have it picked up on a microphone, but I just had to take a break to get water. And
the other day I was at work and I literally had no voice to talk to people, to the point where I literally had to go home early just because I couldn't talk. And I went into work and I was fine. But then I just started talking to people and I just started losing my voice. And I was like, oh my God. Went home, I took Mucinex. The next morning I woke up and I could talk again. And I'm just going to keep taking a Mucinex probably for like the next 2 or 3 days.
But that was our news. Falcon's Flight. Incredible ride.
Will we ever get to ride it? Probably not.
No. But anyways, Matt, what else are we talking about on the show today?
Well,
because I'm lost.
So, since today is New Year's Eve, one of the statistically busiest days of a theme park,
let's do a live look at the wait
That's
times.
what I wanted to do because I was
right.
pulling this up, and especially at Epcot.
Do you want to take Disney and I'll take
Holy
Universal?
I got Disney already pulled up, so if you want to pull
So
up
I'll do Universal. So what are we looking at?
I'm looking at Magic Kingdom right now. The longest wait time I am seeing is Tron, and that is 130 minutes, which honestly, it's a busy day, it feels like, looking at these wait times. 90 minutes for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. 50 minutes for Winnie the Pooh, which 60 minutes for Space Mountain, 90 minutes for Peter Pan, 45 minutes for Haunted Mansion, 40 minutes for Pirates. Here's my crazy thing. It's about 40, high 40s, low 50s out there right now. Why is Tiana's Bayou Adventure 30 minutes? Who is actually wanting to wait 30 minutes for a water ride when it is this cold out?
Well, if it was warm out, it'd be 2 hours right now.
That's true.
People want to ride it.
That's what I'm saying. Like 10 minutes sounds a lot more reasonable, not 30.
Well, with everything else has a wait time, screw it.
That's true. Before I get to Epcot, let's hop on over to Animal Kingdom, because Animal Kingdom is always statistically the least busy of the 4 parks for New Year's Eve. The longest wait time, 65 minutes for Flight of Passage. 50 minutes for Navi River Journey. 40 minutes for Dinosaur, and that probably means a lot of people are trying to get on Dinosaur
I know
before
why
it closes.
Animal Kingdom is less waits, though.
Well, I mean,
Because
everybody
everybody no, but everybody starts at Animal Kingdom and then they hop over to like Epcot to do New Year's Eve.
I will say this, looking at the wait times from earlier at Animal Kingdom, not much has changed. I think if I remember correctly, when they opened this morning, flight was under 2 hours. So, I mean, a normal day at Animal Kingdom.
You want a fun story? Because I haven't worked there in years now and I can talk about it.
Okay.
So New Year's Eve 4 years ago. Oh no, it was Christmas 4 years ago.
Okay. So 2021.
There I was working at Safaris. It was 2020. There I was working at Safaris.
Oh, okay. So this was Christmas of COVID.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was driving the truck around as usual, and all the trucks stop and we go down. No, I was at Greeter on this one. Yeah, I was out front at Greeter. Told to close the queue. We're down. What happened? One of the manhole covers that are in like the ride path periodically, there's manhole covers, especially at the end.
Okay.
Was dislodged, and when a truck ran over it, it flipped over and the front wheel fell in a hole.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah.
And the truck went bang, and the wheel just got lodged in the hole.
With unfortunately guests probably on board.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone's fine. It wasn't that big of
Yeah.
a deal, but because it only dropped like a foot or two.
But this was on Christmas Day of all days.
Yes, and that was a fun downtime that lasted a while.
Moving over to studios, longest wait time. What do you think the longest wait time is?
Slinky Dog Dash or Rise of the Resistance?
Wrong.
Who?
130 minutes for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Rise of the Resistance is down. I mean, no surprise there. 110 for Slinky, 80 for Toy Story Mania, an hour and a half for both Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror, 35 for Star Tours. That means it's definitely busy if Star Tours has a long wait. But the coup de grace is always Epcot. Epcot, the busiest day of the year for Epcot is always New Year's Eve. And that's for a lot of reasons. They are open much later. They do special New Year's Eve fireworks. They have dance parties and special entertainment all throughout World Showcase once the sun goes down around 6 o'clock. They do another round of the fireworks at 6:30. What do you think, Matthew, is the longest wait time at Epcot?
Ratatouille.
Close. Because Ratatouille is actually number 2.
Okay, what do you got?
Guardians of the Galaxy, 195 minutes.
Nope.
Test Track and Ratatouille are tied for number 2 at 3 hours. Soarin' is 120. I looked earlier and I saw Soarin' over 3 hours. Living with the Land and Figment are 50 minutes. Spaceship Earth is 75 minutes. Frozen Ever After is 2 hours. The Seas with Nemo and Friends is a 60-minute wait. Why do people enjoy this?
They're there for the fireworks.
Like, I've been to Epcot.
They're there for the fireworks.
I've been to Epcot on New Year's Eve before. This was maybe over 10 years ago now. I went in there with the mentality of never riding anything. I knew I wouldn't. At the time, that was back when you could get paper fast passes. By the time I got there, all the paper fast passes were gone. But I went in there with the mentality of not riding anything.
That's how you have to go.
That's how you have to go. But there are people there that aren't like that.
What are you going to do at Epcot on New Year's Eve? You're going to go see the Circle Visions.
Clearly, apparently, there are people saying I'll wait over 3 hours for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, what else are you doing?
I don't know. It's
Do the
just,
Circle Visions have a wait time right now? Or are they
it
still...
doesn't say a wait time on there.
Okay.
Although, you know what's interesting is that they're not showing a wait time for the Pixar Short Film Festival, mainly because usually you should just have to be waiting for the next show, right? Not usually on New Year's Eve, because I remember when that used to be Captain EO, and that pulled over an hour wait on New Year's Eve for Captain EO. And then eventually when the Pixar Short Film Festival took over and they were showing a wait time for it, it was a 75-minute wait one New Year's Eve. I think this was before COVID. 75 minutes to sit in a theater and see 3 cartoon shorts that you can see on Disney Plus. Granted, yes, okay, it's the 4D effects and everything like that, but come on.
All right.
Anyway, Universal. I'm very interested to hear what the wait times are over at Epic, too.
We'll save that for last.
Okay. Ooh, keep me in suspense.
Universal Studios, Florida. Minions is an hour.
Honestly, that's normal.
VillainCon is 25 minutes.
Normal.
Fallon's 45.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Mummy is pulling a 65.
What about Gringotts? Because, I mean, I would say Gringotts is probably the most popular ride in that park.
80.
Honestly, that's not bad. I feel like that's less than what it's been.
Men in Black is 45. Simpsons is 30. E.T. is 25.
How late are the parks open over there?
Oh, they're midnight.
They're all midnight.
Studios is 1. And Islands is 1.
And then Epic is midnight.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Fast and Furious Supercharged.
Are they doing anything special for...
Yeah, they're doing fireworks at all of them.
They are doing fireworks, okay.
At all 3.
At all? Even at Islands?
Yep.
Where are they doing the fireworks at Islands?
The Lagoon. Where else?
Have they ever done that before?
Long time.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's been a
You didn't
long
ask
time.
about Fast and Furious Supercharged.
Nobody cares about that
It's
ride.
a 50-minute wait. Apparently they do.
Oh my god, people.
All right, Islands of Adventure. This is always the more interesting one, I think.
Yeah, I really want to know what Hagrid's is.
Cat in the Hat is a 35-minute wait, but that's because of Grinchmas. They'll fluctuate throughout
Is
the
Grinch
day.
still going?
I believe so.
Okay.
But the wait fluctuates throughout the day because as the shows dump, everyone goes to Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
High in the Sky Sue's Trolley Train Ride, 45. Hagrid's. Guess?
3 hours.
240.
2 hours 40?
No, 240.
Oh, 204 hours.
240 minutes.
Holy mother of God. You can't even fit 4 hours worth of people in that queue. And that queue is already long to begin with. They must be using, like going into the Lost Continent area. They have to.
Flight of the Hippogriff.
Hour?
80.
Ugh.
Forbidden Journey is 35. All the water rides are 5 minutes right now.
See, that makes sense. Tiana's for 30 minutes doesn't make sense to me.
Velocicoaster?
Hour?
2.
2 hours? Yeah, that tracks actually. Spider-Man.
Kong is 130 minutes right now.
Show the love to Kong.
Spider-Man's only 35.
Wow. That's surprising.
Doom is 35.
Okay.
Hulk.
Hour?
100.
Yeah. All the tourists are wanting to do the big roller coasters.
What about Fish? 1 fish, 2 fish is 45.
Holy moly. God.
That's always the more popular one over the carousel.
I mean, it's a Dumbo-style attraction. Of course it is.
Is Volcano Bay open today? Did they call it? I think they called it.
I thought they called it, yeah.
Okay. Now we have Epic, and this is interesting.
Okay. Because let's remember, with Epic, there still are no annual passes. I think it's one of the most expensive days, too, to buy a day
We will
ticket.
start with the carousel.
Okay.
Now, I haven't looked at these ahead of time and just as we go. But your mentality is if the carousel has a wait, it's screwed.
Yeah, 45.
25.
Okay.
Which that queue doesn't have to physically be very long to be 25 because the capacity and load times are awful.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, my God.
All right.
Oh, my God, are they awful.
Hiccups Wing Gliders. Take a guess.
2 hours.
70.
70's normal.
Yeah. Dragon Racer Rally is 45. That's a lot less than I'd expect. Stardust. I've noticed lately they've been running
More
6
trains?
or 8 trains this week. They've been running 6 and 8 trains this week.
Okay.
A lot.
All right. Let's say then maybe they're running a lot of trains. 45.
35.
35. Even better. I'd wait 35 minutes in a heartbeat for that ride.
Ministry.
Oh boy. 2.5 hours.
135.
Okay.
I'd wait it.
I'd wait it if it just got about 15, 20 minutes lower.
Curse of the Werewolf.
Ugh. The other day I saw it at 2 hours, so I'm going to say 2 hours still.
55.
55, okay. It's still not worth it.
Now, what you notice is Monsters Unchained is always held down the park with a short wait. So what do you think?
30.
5.
35.
35.
Okay. That's not bad.
Now we get over...
Monsters and Forbidden Journey are the same ride system. They have such a strong capacity that they won't ever get long waits. So what's Nintendo? That's going to be a really good judge of character, especially with the tourist crowds over there.
Well, Yoshi's Adventure is an hour.
Again, normal. Okay.
Yeah, but imagine waiting an hour for a ride and it's Yoshi.
Right, yeah. I mean, would I wait an hour? No. Donkey Kong, I'm going to guess 2.5 hours.
180. So, yeah.
It's not worth it, people. It's a great ride. It's not worth any more than 30 minutes.
What about Mario Kart?
160.
150.
Okay. But still, that's long. Holy moly, that's... Now, so let's...
There is a ride that is a 5-minute wait in the park right now. What ride?
There is a ride that's 5...
That we left out.
Oh,
God,
what is it? In Isle of Burke.
Fire drill.
The fire drill. Yeah, 5 minutes for
It's
fire
a water ride.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Again, so it's... All the water rides are 5 minutes at Universal, and then you have Tiana's Bayou Adventure that is 30 minutes.
But it's Disney.
It's still a water ride. You're going to
what's
get
Cali
soaked
River Rapids?
Isn't that closed for refurbishment?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the Disney guy.
I thought it's usually closed for...
No, not this week. Not this week.
Let's see here. Cali River Rapids.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so again, yeah. No, that's... Yeah. And Tiana's is still 30 minutes. And that's just... Yeah, because it's
also,
another ride in the Magic Kingdom that we can do.
Somebody was complaining. It's been making its rounds on social media that they finally fixed the Mama Odie projection on the lift.
Yes.
Okay, I need people to take something into consideration. Sometimes access to show equipment just isn't there.
Why did it take a year?
Well,
I can understand 3 months or something like that. A year?
Let me, because it might have been something that was installed. Because believe it or not, this is something that happens when you have projects where like the projector is installed in a difficult to reach spot and it's never anticipated you're going to have to do anything with it until you do, and then it turns into a whole big thing. And I'm not even joking. This happens all the time. Sometimes it's just like there's like no safe access to reach that projector, for example. It could have been a situation like that, and it's like you can't fix it. You literally just can't fix it.
Then why did we install it that way?
I can't answer that, but I can tell you this happens literally all the time in the industry.
You have an attraction, Splash Mountain, that we took and we turned it into Tiana's. We said, let's do a couple of different story ideas and do these effects and everything to keep that story going. And someone said, let's put a projector right here right as you go up that lift hill. Okay. It has to be feasible. You have to basically say, yes, if that breaks, we can fix it. And if what you're saying is correct, that it was clearly difficult potentially to get there, and
I'm not saying it was, I'm saying it could be.
It could be. Yeah, that's fair. It could be. Okay. And if that's the case, then why did we do it the way we did?
And it might be a thing. Here's some insight. It might be a thing where it's like, maybe it has a lifespan for 5 years and it works in California, but when you transition it to a very humid and corrosive environment like Florida, it's not always thought out. I can tell you, Rise of the Resistance had its issues with drainage at the unload area and rain because it worked in California.
Well, yeah, because California is such a dry climate and everything.
But it didn't work in Florida, but it was the same design, So it's just...
Look, my feelings on Tiana's Bayou Adventure will always remain. They did a very, very good job with transitioning that from Splash over to Tiana's. I enjoy riding that when the animatronics work. These are Tokyo Disney level animatronics. They're incredible. The quality is unmatched, other than maybe like the monsters in Monsters Unchained.
Also, I discovered something about Tokyo. So their maintenance for attractions over there is contracted out.
Honestly, not surprised.
No, because think about how much the quality and the uptime, because it's not internal, they're contractually obligated.
They're contractually obligated, but I think they also have a better supply issue than we do because they can probably make all the parts in-house.
Yes, but also there's another layer of urgency because they're contractually obligated to a certain amount of uptime and quality. Whereas if you're doing it internal, you want to do it, but also, meh.
Well,
you don't have to.
But my job is still going to be here tomorrow, so I can always do it tomorrow. That's... And I want to really go down this road, but unfortunately, that's how a lot of workers are nowadays. Is that, I'm here, I can still do this tomorrow, so...
When you have it,
why do today what you could do tomorrow?
When you have it internal, there's no financial incentive, for example.
That's true.
So I think that's kind of interesting how Tokyo operates, and it kind of explains why that quality and that uptime is there.
Do you think we could have something like that amongst our maintenance teams at theme parks in the United States? Is have some sort of incentives, if you will, to get this repaired and upkeep the attraction better than other attractions?
Nope.
Why?
Because in most often cases, you run into two sides. So you don't want to have the perception of sacrificing safety or quality for money. For example, let's just get the ride open and miss something safety critical, but we got it open, so we met our contract. You don't want that to happen. And in particular in Japan, they have the way their culture is in Japan. You can set a goal like that, and people will still do it with really high integrity that other cultures you don't necessarily get.
Right, because
because the work culture in Japan is next
maybe
level.
At Tokyo Disney Sea, and again, I'm just throwing this out there. I have no idea if this is true or not. What if there's like a competition that they have amongst their maintenance teams at the rides to always have everything up and running properly?
The American argument is that you're going to at some point sacrifice safety.
Exactly.
That's the American argument.
And I don't think you would sacrifice safety. I think it's, and I'm not saying the ride system or anything like that.
Well, like I personally wouldn't.
I'm talking about the idea of if you had at Magic Kingdom a competition amongst all the attractions that have audio animatronics, and you had the longevity of all the animatronics working, okay, and who can hold that rank because their maintenance teams are upkeeping it better during third shift. Does that make sense? Like if you had the maintenance crew at Tiana's always upkeeping their animatronics better than the animatronics that are in Haunted Mansion. And they have and I'm not saying it's like a competitive, but it's like a friendly competition to say like, hey, we've got our animatronics working better.
Here's the other thing that that's kind of interesting. In a lot of these major theme parks, you have your ride technicians who do like your maintenance on the ride and basic maintenance on the show equipment. But then you have a specialty animation team that does the whole park, so you can't really have competition. Because the department is essentially competing with itself. Because the same people who work on like the Tiana's animatronics will end up working on the Haunted Mansion animatronics. There's a lot of crossover, and there's also a lot of departments involved in the animatronics. So you have the ride technicians who work on some of the show elements, but then you have the animation technicians that are a little more specialized. Then you also have audio video technicians that work on the face projections for the Seven Doors, for example. Or you also have the costuming technicians that work on the garments on the figures, There's not really a way to have any competition. Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm thinking of those ideas that we could just encourage people to make sure that we're giving 110% and acknowledging when bad show is a thing and making something like that a priority.
It works in Japan.
Right.
The way they do it, the contracting it out to a third party, honestly.
Anyway, to close out our show,
we're done already.
Well, to kind of like finish up, if anything. Will you let me finish?
Okay.
We're going to talk about just kind of our year in review of the parks.
Oh, good. I wasn't ready to go.
That's why I'm saying, let me finish talking. We're going to talk about kind of how the parks have kind of been for 2025, but also too, we're going to talk about what we're looking forward to in 2026, and maybe not even necessarily the Central Florida parks, but what are we looking forward to on the West Coast too, or even internationally for that matter too. First off, I think 2025 has been a very good year for theme parks, mainly with what Universal did in bringing in Epic Universe. I can't believe we finally are in the time period of our lives that we can experience that park. And Epic Universe has changed the theme park industry.
Can you imagine what that park's going to look like in 50 years?
Right. When we're on our deathbeds one day and our grandkids are going to be able to go to these parks.
If I'm alive for 50 more years, kill me. Anyways.
If I'm alive for 50 more years, yeah, just pull the plug. But can you imagine just what that park will truly be? We already know that the permits have been filed and they're already beginning the first expansion work. And, I talked about that on the solo show last week. It is for Potter because they said in the permit that it's for Project 905. Project 905 for Epic Universe was the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. When this thing will open, who knows? I hope it's by the end of the decade. I hope Universal is fast tracking this because that park
Look at
is a necessity.
I think it's important to
passing.
look at when you're speculating about new attractions at Disney and Universal. Look at history as facts. How long does it take them to do a single attraction?
How long did it take them to build a brand new theme park?
Exactly. So they give you a pretty good indicator. I would bet it's before the end of the decade for sure.
Yeah.
Look at Disney, for example. The Villains, the Cars, no way that opens by 2030.
Again, I'm hopeful. That
no
that
way it
will be
opens
2030.
before 2030. It's gonna.
I think Cars could be 2029. I think Villains will be 2030.
I think.
But then again, we talked about it before we started the show. Good friend to the theme park industry, BioReconstruct on Twitter, posted new aerial photos over the Villains and Cars site.
It's going so slow.
It's going slow, but good Lord, the amount of acreage that this is covering. It is literally the entire northwest corner of that park. I mean, this is even bigger than them adding Galaxy's Edge to Disneyland.
So what are they going to do about the transportation situation?
They'll make it up as they go along. Because, I mean, I still think...
I heard they're getting a fourth ferry for Magic Kingdom. But that's not enough.
I still hope, too, that one of the things that they're going to be building with Villains is going to be a hotel back there. Because, I don't know if you've driven on Floridian Way, they've completely expanded that, and they're rerouting traffic eventually, all the way around by the Palma Magnolia golf courses by Shades of Green.
I think that's just been to kill the traffic coming around behind Magic Kingdom and through the service areas.
True, which is good, but what if they're also utilizing this because they're going to have increased traffic of tourism coming over there? And what if they're putting a hotel back there with Villains? Because
it will be a DVC hotel.
Would it be DVC? I don't know, but...
I don't ever imagine them building a hotel that's not DVC
more
ever again.
importantly, it is the idea of you can finally have a hotel inside the Magic Kingdom. You market that. There's your $750 a night right there. But...
Remember, I was going to say something. Remember how when Disney was building Everest, they made a big thing about how the mountain and the ride structure and the Yeti structure were all completely different structures but intertwined, and it was the first time anything like that's ever been done?
Yeah, look at where that
No,
up.
But you know how they made a big deal about, no one's ever done this before? Yeah, it had been done twice before in the industry. Any guesses?
No.
Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Oh, with the T-Rex?
Yep.
Okay.
It just didn't matter.
I mean, but to the scale that they did it with.
So what I'm going to say about that is, yeah, they built a hotel inside Magic Kingdom, right? They're late to the party again.
Well, yeah, 100%. 100% they are.
So are they really? Is it really that innovative?
But no. I'm not saying it from the perspective of, oh my gosh, Disney World is finally going to build a hotel inside the theme park. No, it's a marketing strategy. Tell the tourists that you can finally have a hotel inside the Magic Kingdom, just basically like how Fantasy Springs Hotel is in Tokyo Disney Sea. Or, the Miracosta for that matter, too. And Helios Grand for that matter. Having that to be able to market, they can easily charge $750 a night.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it from the perspective of, Disney's going to try and claim the first
I'm very
time
interested.
the hotel is in the park.
I'm very interested to see what this Cars ride is going to be.
I mean, they kind of showcased it, is that it's going to be this all-terrain vehicle.
Trackless?
No. Supposedly it's not, according to social media. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, folks. Because, I mean, could you imagine if that was trackless?
Be easier maintenance.
In the outdoors?
Trackless is easier maintenance. You don't have a track to maintain.
You
don't have a bus bar to maintain. It's easier.
No. But, I mean, look at the issues that they ran into with the trackless for the Kong ride at Universal. That whole outdoor portion's was closed for 2 years? And they only finally just finished everything, and now the trucks are finally going back outside.
We'll talk later about it. Okay. I can't say certain things here.
Anyway, 2026, I mean, we know a good amount of things that are coming for Disney. We've talked about it. We're getting the refurbs for Buzz Lightyear and Big Thunder reopening.
Buzz Lightyear is too little too late, but I'm glad they're doing it.
100%. We're getting the Soarin' Across America for America's 250th birthday for Memorial Day and going forward from there. Studios is getting the bulk of things next year, which will be nice. We do have a closing date now for Rock and Roller Coaster, which is March 14th. I believe it is.
What the heck about the pre-show?
Are you shocked that they've already closed the pre-show?
Yeah, what happened?
They have so much work to do in there. They knew it's the same thing that they did with converting Guardians Tower of Terror over to Guardians in California Adventure.
What?
When Tower of Terror was converted over to Guardians, they knew they didn't have to do that much work inside. But they knew on the outside they had to do a heck of a lot of work. So what did they start doing? They started all the exterior work in late summer or whatever, and then Tower finally closed in January. This is the same case. They know that they have so much more work to do in the pre-show. I mean, for God's sake, they're adding a couple of animatronics into that pre-show, which is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But they have so much more work to do in the pre-show than they probably have to do with the rest of the ride. Odds are the ride's only going to be closed for about 2 to 3 months. I would take a guess. I don't know. Because they say March is the closing date, and then it's going to reopen in the summer. If it only has to be closed for 2 to 3 months, they know that whatever work in the pre-show is longer than 3 months. So that's why they said, okay, we're going to have to close that sooner. And that, unfortunately, gives the belief that maybe there's not that much that they really are going to be adding to the rest of the ride.
No, the ride is... okay, I said it once before, and I'll say it again.
I'm saying theming-wise. I know. The roller coaster is not changing.
I'll say it, no, but even theming-wise, it's still Rock and Roller Coaster.
Just starring the Muppets.
Yeah, Rock and Roller Coaster is Rock and Roller Coaster. It is following whatever band is it, and the ride stays the same, and the music just changes and the signs change.
Correct.
It's still Rock and Roller Coaster. Nothing about the ride changes. And I'm talking about even inside the ride itself, minimal change with the set design. It's not necessary. It's just you're going along with the Muppets instead of Steven Tyler and his old wrinkly ass.
Well, I mean, it was the late 90s, so he wasn't that wrinkly by then.
Okay, well, now it's wrinkly and skinny.
But also, too, for studios, we've got the Magic of Disney Animation returning, as well as the...
I forgot about that.
...new mission for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run.
What took so long?
Mandalorian and Grogu finally being added in there, and with the addition of adding new features into the different roles in there, where they're finally giving some love to the engineer role that they've always said, people have such difficulty, wanting to be an engineer. Now the engineer gets to choose where you go.
It's so irritating. From the get-go, why weren't there multiple missions? Why didn't they make all 3 roles engaging?
Who knows?
Like from the get-go, because immediately everyone's like, "Oh, engineer sucks. Oh, it'd be cool if there were multiple missions." And it's 5 years later, 6 years later, and now it's happening. It should have happened after the first year. I should have opened with it, to be honest with you.
No, 100%.
I just don't
remember they kept teasing it when they were designing the land. I just wonder if they ran into issues with the gameplay or whatever.
Like, do people really like think? I'm sorry. Do people really like go, oh wow, Disney, that's so cool? Like, no, you should have opened like this. It's so frustrating. To me, I just like open with the full innovation.
Right.
Open the ride with the full innovation. Don't say, oh, maybe we'll do it later.
Well,
it's just, it seems lazy to me. It seems lazy.
Can we talk about the fact that may or may not be the case that I've read for Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry? Where I've read that apparently the ride is only about 70% done. Now I think it's up to like 90 though, because a lot more effects are turning on and everything or something like that. Like they're actually getting them to work.
Yeah, but did it still blow you away and leave you with questions?
Oh, 100%.
Did it leave you with questions at the end?
But I mean, Millennium Falcon truly does too.
Was it? No, but like, okay. But my thing is like, when I rode Battle at the Ministry,
we came off of that speechless.
When I came off of that ride, I said it did not need anything else.
Oh, I did.
It was like my first ride, I was like, oh.
Those projected face animatronics still look awful.
Yes, but generally, like my experience on ride, I was like, I don't think it needs anything else. Like if they never added anything else to that, I'd be okay. Whereas, and for me, I wanted to ride it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Tony Baxter, when he designs a ride, he says he designs it for like the 20th time you've been on it. In terms of details and things like that, you notice something new every time. Millennium Falcon is not designed that way. When I got off that ride, I said, oh, that was cool. I don't need to ride it again.
You didn't have the mentality of wanting to be the different positions at least.
No, because...
To be both pilots, to be a gunner, to be an engineer.
That's a lie. I wanted to ride it a second time because I wanted to be a pilot. The first time I was a gunner.
Okay.
And then I was a pilot. Or maybe it was vice versa.
That's the thing that I feel with Millennium Falcon.
Maybe it was vice versa. But my point is, after I did that and then I did the gunner, I was like, now what,
right.
do I ever need to ride it again?
Right. Whereas like, if you just go, to the next land over, essentially, and ride Star Tours, every single time you ride that ride, it will be different.
Well, not even that. Rise of the Resistance, okay, is a ride that has the same story every time.
But because of the level of detail, you can see different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's like more like Ministry to me. Okay. Whereas it's a more complete. It's a more complete experience, and the details, like Ministry, I'll go on and I'll notice different things every time, whether it be the queue, whether it be the ride, whatever. Okay, but Millennium Falcon, it's just like, like, yeah, you go through the queue. There's the repair bay. You go and there's the same pre-show. You go into the chess room. It's the same. The ride is the same.
Well, but not come Memorial Day 2026.
It's something that should have been done a long time ago, and like even
and again, it was planned.
My thing is, even
they were
if
supposed to have, I think, 3 or 4 different planets that you went to.
Even if it didn't open like that in its first year, it's been 6 years. It's been more than half a decade.
Well, we can also blame COVID for a lot of that.
Like
probably.
COVID has been over for 4 years now.
100%.
3 or 4 years. Like, get on with it. I'm sorry, but when it comes to Disney and new attractions and redoing new attractions and getting things done, please, for the love of God, get on with it.
This is why I applaud Josh D'Amaro. Because he's...
What is he doing? What is he doing?
He's coming in and he's saying, we need to get this stuff done.
Okay, then why haven't they broken ground on freaking Avatar in California and the Coco ride?
Well, that's a completely different scenario.
No, but I'm saying company-wide.
Avatar can't be built until they finish the Eastern Gateway.
Okay, which they haven't broken ground on yet. Like,
which, that is concerning to me as well.
Get on with it.
Oh, yeah.
Get on with it.
I agree.
Don't announce these things that aren't going to happen for 2 or 3 years.
True.
That aren't even going to start for 2 years. Don't announce these things because, I'm sorry, after a year, if I don't see anything happening, I don't care.
Right, and it's the idea of that you say to yourself, is this still happening? Because they haven't broken ground. You know, they announced Avatar for California Venture back in 2024. Okay? Last year. It's been over a year. And now, granted, if you're listening to the presentation, you can hear what they're saying is that this is what we're thinking of right now. So it's like, oh, okay, so this is what your early concept on right now. You're not, this plan could change a million times over in the next few years because you're nowhere close to being ready to build this thing. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying in terms of why are we announcing this so soon? Whereas, look at Universal. Universal kept trying to say Velocicoaster was a freaking churro stand.
No, and I mean
the longest time when we knew what it was going to be.
The way they do it, but remember the buzz it caused? Remember the buzz in the social channels that caused everyone to talk about it? It was its own marketing. Did Universal really have to market that a lot? This new roller coaster that they tore down Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, and they're building a new roller coaster. Clearly, have they said anything about it? No.
They didn't need to say anything to the local crowd for that reason. But they also don't need to say anything to the tourists because the tourists just say, oh, look, another roller coaster. Let's go ahead and ride that.
No, but as soon as it starts going vertical, with the ride structure, it's going to, Universal is going to do the thing where they're probably not going to say anything. But it's going to be its own marketing because people are going to see the ride being built.
Look at the roller coaster that's going to take over Rip Ride Rocket.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Like knock the whole thing down, and we can clearly see that you're already starting for the next roller coaster. Hopefully I would assume we're probably going to find out what that is in 2026.
So I've been to Universal several times since they started building this thing, this new ride, the rocket replacement, okay? Every time I'm walking by it, anywhere near it, everyone is talking about it. They're like, are they building a new ride? It looks like they're building a new ride. Universal hasn't said anything about it, and everyone in the park is talking about it already.
But do the people that aren't visiting the park on a regular basis, like locals, do they know about it?
It's not just locals. It's everyone who's coming to that park. Anyone who walks by it is talking about it.
Which is good.
So, which means they probably follow Universal's social channel. So when they announce it, they're going to see it. They're going to come back.
True.
They're going to come back. And the thing is, and this is the difference between Disney and Universal, okay? Disney, a lot of people come to Disney World for that once-in-a-lifetime experience. But there's also a huge local crowd with repeat visitors. Not even local, just repeat visitors to Disney World, okay? Whether it be, parents returning as grandparents with their grandkids and the rest of their family, or coming every year, every 5 years, or whatever, right? There's still a lot of repeat visitors to Disney World in addition to those once-in-a-lifetime.
Or even just locals that...
locals, but...
come in.
But the point is, when you announce something so far in advance, people just forget about it.
Correct. I mean, let's probably take a look at what
and the thing is, Disney World is so focused on giving everyone the same experience that they completely forget they have repeat customers. Okay? And they don't really do anything to get the repeat customers to come back year after year. That's the thing. They price them out. They don't add things every year. They don't have new experiences every year that make people want to come back.
I agree with you on that perspective from attraction standpoint. But at least Disney is trying to do something every year. They're not... I mean, I'll bet it's...
What was it this year? Zootopia?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. This year it really wasn't that much. Because remember, we were talking about this with the summer. Was that Universal is marketing everything with Epic Universe. Brand new theme park. Come to Central Florida and come experience the next generation theme park. What does Disney do? Cool Kids Summer. And 2 new shows for Hollywood Studios.
And you look at the attractions that are built, okay? Every year, next year is going to be the exception for Universal, it looks like, because they're riding on Epic's opening, which is fine. I will say that's fine,
right.
Okay? But every year, Universal builds something new. An attraction. There's something new to bring people back, right?
Right.
Disney does not do that. They don't do it.
That's true. No, I 100% agree with you, because it is the idea of, I think Disney still just has this belief that people will keep coming.
And they do.
And they do. I mean, did you see the New Year's Eve wait times that we were just talking about? They're still coming. They don't care what the price is. I've said this for so many years. Disney could charge $500 today to come into Epcot for New Year's Eve. And guess what? People will still do it.
Yes.
I'll bet it won't be the same amount that are spending it for today, which is over $200. And that's what I keep saying is that, I think one of the things that they do need to look into is a better pricing strategy. And if you truly care about the attendance figures like that, to give people that guest experience that they want to market so much, then you really need to tone down the crowds. But you can't really do that well with the pricing strategy that they have, because people are still coming.
And I wonder, because you say you always praise Josh Tomorrow. So is he just being held back by Iger then? Is he just being throttled by the board? What's going on?
I think so.
Because I don't see it. I just don't see the results there. If he has the drive for the parks, I don't see it.
Let's take a look at pre-COVID. Okay? The last years of 2010, 2017, 2018, 2019, we had a brand new land opening in 2 theme parks of Walt Disney World, which was fantastic. It was something that we needed. And I thought that longevity could keep going if COVID didn't hit. And I think ever since COVID, we've been pulling back. I will never forget the 2017 D23 Expo, where Chapek got up on that stage and he made an announcement after announcement after announcement after announcement. It was incredible that he just kept talking, and all this kept saying in my head was, this is more capital investment into the parks that it desperately needed at the time. Okay? COVID hit, and we're struggling. We're still struggling.
Why? The company's profit is through the roof.
100%.
100%. No, I know what it is. It's just the corporate greed.
It is.
I
don't
get it. I don't get it.
It's saying all these executives still want to take in all this money instead of distributing it out to the company itself. Why is it that we can't put more money into these projects to get them moving?
Meanwhile, Comcast just keeps pouring money back into the parks.
Correct.
And
Comcast is not as big as Disney is with ABC and all that.
But you can see where the money is going with Comcast. It's going right into the theme parks. Right into Universal.
And I've said this too. Disney is such a huge company that they've had to divide themselves. You have the linear networks, meaning ABC. You have the theme parks with all the different experiences like Disney Cruise Line and Adventures by Disney there. And then you have the studio side, okay? This was very evident during COVID in terms of the parks were closed. The parks were struggle busing because there was no cash flow heading that way. But Disney Plus was thriving because everyone was at home. Everyone was watching Disney Plus, spending all that money to have that service. Did that translate to the parks? No. But in the case of Comcast, look at how much money Comcast makes hand over fist when you're not even factoring in the parks. But yet they're still allocating that money out to the parks. I think Disney needs to take a good look at their deviation of money throughout the company and spread that wealth so then this way we can have these projects going quicker.
All right, but enough of that rant. I don't know where we were going with that. We were talking about 2026 and what we're looking forward to.
That's what happens when we go on the random
I
tangent
am
here.
looking forward to seeing what Universal does next and hopefully getting some details on these new Disney projects.
I mean, Fast and the Furious roller coaster in Hollywood is going to be opening in a few months. Did they say opening date for that? Yeah. I could care less about the franchise, but roller coaster sounds
I want sustained ejector airtime.
Well, yeah, especially with you going up and down those hills and everything.
No, I'm thinking about the ride in Six Flags Qiddya, Falcon's
I know
Flight.
you are. But yeah, I think 2026 will just be a good year in terms of, giving us updates and everything like that. Because I think 2027 is where the true stuff starts kicking in. Because we've got Tropical Americas for 2027, and
I hope I live that long. Anyways,
oh my God. Also, too, 2026 is the year the dinosaur closes. I know that's your sore subject there.
And it came to pass.
And it came to pass on the day of February 2nd, 2026.
Anyways.
Dinosaurs cease to be.
Anyways, okay. Bye, I guess.
Okay, yeah, bye, I guess. Guys, thank you all for tuning in. We do always appreciate it whenever you guys tune in. Hopefully 2026 will also be the year that we can get the podcast going a little bit more on a regular basis, if anything, too, especially these last few weeks.
We need a new logo. Did you do that?
Maybe.
That means we got to change all the social media things. Crap, that took so long.
I know how badly everyone kept saying, like, Theme Park Land is just kind of, cue the mats is going to work. So,
Brand recognition.
brand recognition, yes. Guys, thank you all for tuning in. We will be back next year with another episode.
Oh, don't do that crap.
I know.
God.
I did that at work yesterday when I was leaving. Like, bye, guys. I'll see you next year.
Oh, my God. You're such a dad.
I know. I'm going to be a great dad one day. Guys,
okay.
we will see you next year with another episode of this podcast that will now be named
Cue the Mats.
So long, everyone. Have a great year.